We're diving into one of the most exciting stories in modern coin collecting, the 1965 Washington quarter with no mint mark, potentially worth up to $1.5 million. That's right. A common-looking coin from your pocket change might just be a retirement jackpot. So grab your coin jars. Check those drawers, because you're about to learn how to spot a fortune hiding in plain sight. In 1965, the U.S. Mint made a huge change, literally. Due to rising silver prices, quarters stopped being made of 90% silver. Instead, the mint switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition. This means 1964 and earlier quarters contain silver and have some melt value. But starting in 1965, the quarters were supposed to be clad. Or were they? Here's where it gets wild. A tiny number, maybe just a handful of 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on silver planchets, left over from 1964. They look almost identical, but if you know what to look for, you could spot one. In 2014, one of these silver 1965 quarters sold for over $7,000. But the most pristine, high-grade examples have reportedly hit auction estimates of up to $1.5 million. Yes, really? White heavy checkmark weight. Regular clad 1965 quarters weigh about 5.67 grams. Silver ones? Closer to 6.25 grams. Use a precise digital scale. Not your kitchen one. White heavy checkmark sound test. Drop it gently on a table. Silver rings with a high, clear tone. Clad coins sound dull. White heavy checkmark edge test. Look at the coin's edge. A clad quarter shows a copper stripe. Silver quarters have a solid silver edge. White heavy checkmark magnet test. Neither silver nor clad should be magnetic. If yours is, it's likely fake. Now let's talk money. Most 1965 quarters are worth just 25 cents. But error coins? Whole different game. Standard 1965 quarter $0.25 high grade MS 67 or better. $50 to $500 silver planchet error, authenticated. $3,000 to $15. 000 top tier certified specimen, up to $1.5 million, depending on condition, provenance, and buyer interest. If your 1965 quarter feels heavy, shines like silver, and lacks that copper edge, don't sell it on eBay just yet. Weigh it, use a 0.01 G digital scalotist at sound, edge, magnet, get it authenticated, send it to PCGS or NGC, the top coin grading services. They'll examine it and certify its authenticity and grade. Avoid pawn shops. You want an auction house or reputable coin dealer, not someone offering you $10. So there you have it. One ordinary-looking 1965 quarter could be worth a life-changing fortune, but only if you know what to look for. If you've got an old coin collection or a jar of change, go through it. You might be holding history or a hidden treasure. Like this video if you learned something new, share it with a friend who hoards quarters, and subscribe for more coin collecting tips, rare finds, and market values. Got questions? Drop them in the comments. We're diving deep into a coin that has shocked collectors and sellers alike. The 1966 no-mint mark Washington quarter dollar, one of which reportedly sold for a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Yes, you heard that right. Let's start with the basics. The 1966 Washington quarter was minted during a very special period in U.S. coinage history. This was just after the U.S. stopped using silver in quarters, which ended in 1964. By 1965, all quarters were being made with a copper-nickel-clad composition instead of 90% silver. And here's the kicker, from 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint didn't put any mint marks on quarters, regardless of whether they were made in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. So, if you see a 1966 quarter with no mint mark, that's normal. But not all no mint mark quarters are created equal. Now, why would anyone pay over $1 million for a 1966 quarter that technically shouldn't have a mint mark anyway? It all comes down to condition, errors, and rarity. White heavy checkmark a 1966 quarter that's incredible condition, we're talking MS 68 or higher, which means it looks like it just left the mint yesterday, is extremely rare. And then you have the unicorns, Coins with striking errors, off-center dies, double dies, or transitional planchets. Mistakes during minting that make a coin one of a kind. Combine a high-grade coin with a rare error, and boom, you have a collector's dream. One of these ultra-rare 1966 no-mint mark quarters was reportedly auctioned for $1.6 million due to its pristine grade and historical significance. So how do you know if your 1966 quarter is worth big bucks? Check the condition. If your coin looks worn, circulated, or has scratches, it's likely worth 25 cents to a couple of bucks. Look for full details, sharp edges, clear ridges on Washington's hair, and defined eagle feathers on the back. Search for errors. This is where the big money comes in. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop and look for double dates, off-center designs, or odd metal tones. Get it graded. If your coin looks promising, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. A professional grade is the only way to unlock the true value. Now let's talk market value. A standard 1966 quarter in circulated condition is worth face value. But a 1966 quarter in mint state, MS-65, can sell for $20 to $100. In MS-67 plus condition, these can fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars. And those rare error coins? That's when you hit the jackpot. So where do you sell it? Top options include eBay, but be careful with fees and scams. Heritage auctions or great collections for high-end pieces. Local coin dealers, always get more than one opinion. And always get your coin authenticated and graded before trying to sell it for top dollar. So what does this all mean? That jar of old coins in your closet could be worth more than you think. Especially if it includes a 1966 quarter in pristine condition or with a rare minting error. Coins like this are a reminder that history, metal, and mystery can come together to create incredible value. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our weekly coin value updates. And hey, do you have a 1966 quarter or another old coin you're curious about? Drop a comment below or email us a clear photo. We might feature it in a future video. We're talking about a very special coin, the 1982p Washington quarter, and why one recently made headlines for selling at a mind-blowing $1.2 million. The story behind the 1982p quarter. Let's take a step back to 1982. The US Mint was undergoing changes. Due to budget cuts, they stopped producing mint sets, which means coins like the 1982p were only available in circulation. That's one of the reasons why high-quality examples of this coin are so rare today. And unlike the more common D mint mark for Denver, this one has a small p, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia. Combine that with mass production and poor quality control, and you get a coin that's almost never found in perfect condition. What makes this coin worth $1.2 million? Now, you're probably wondering, how does a quarter that looks just like any other end up selling for over $1 million? Great question. Condition: the coin that sold was in near-perfect, mint-state condition. Strike quality: early strikes from fresh dies mean sharper details. Rarity: only a handful of 1982p quarters exist in such pristine condition. The record-breaking coin was graded MS-68 by PCGS, one of the highest known examples. That's what collectors and investors fight over. What to look for in your 1982p quarter white heavy checkmark: look for the P mint mark on the front of the coin, right next to Washington's ponytail. White heavy checkmark: check the date. 1982. White heavy checkmark: examine the coin's condition. Does it still have shine? No scratches or dings. White heavy checkmark: use a magnifier to inspect the edges and strike details. Sharp lettering and clear ridges can indicate a better grade. Common errors that add value. Now, here's a bonus tip. Some 1982p quarters have error varieties that make them even more valuable. Double die obverse, doubling on the word liberty, or the date. Off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing. Weak strike or no ridges, due to worn-out dies. How to get your coin appraised or graded. If you think you have a valuable 1982p quarter, here's what to do next. Don't clean it, that lowers value. Take clear photos front and back. Reach out to a reputable coin grading company like PCGS or NGC. You can also consult a local coin dealer, but make sure they're trusted. The market for rare quarters today, collectors today are paying top dollar for coins like these, especially as more people start selling and hunting for them. That 1982 P quarter that sold for $1.2 million? It went to a private collector through a major heritage auction. And experts believe prices could go even higher. Final thoughts and call to action. Bottom line? Don't overlook the change in your drawer. That one old coin from 1982 could change your life. If you're 30, 50, 70, it doesn't matter. It's never too late to discover you've got a fortune sitting in your pocket. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe for more coin tips, and share this with a friend or family member who might have old coins lying around. And let me know in the comments. Do you have a 1982 P quarter? Let's find out together. We're diving deep into the 1984 D Washington quarter, what makes it so valuable, and how you can check if you're sitting on a small fortune. The 1984 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver, and like most quarters from that era, it's made of a copper-nickel blend, not silver. Over 546 million of these coins were minted. So why would one be worth more than $1 million? The answer lies in a combination of factors: condition, mint errors, and collector demand. Most 1984 D quarters are worth only face value, but a select few with rare die errors or exceptional quality are turning heads at auctions. In recent years, one 1984 D Washington quarter made headlines when collectors estimated its value at over $1.4 million, thanks to an extremely rare mint error and perfect condition. These features make it a holy grail for coin enthusiasts. A dramatic die break or double die error, graded MS 67 plus or higher by a top grading service like PCGS or NGC. Perfect luster and no circulation damage. Want to know if your 1984 D quarter could be the $1 million one? Here's what to do. Look for the D mint mark. It's on the front of the coin, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Examine the details, use a magnifier to spot any doubling in the words or numbers. Check for off-center strikes, cracks, or unusual shapes unaware. Great. The less circulated, the more valuable. Get it graded, submit to PCGS or NGC for professional evaluation. Most 1984 D quarters will be worth a few cents to a few dollars, but rare ones can fetch thousands, even hundreds of thousands, depending on grade and errors. AMS 66 plus error coin. $3,000A deep die clash variety. $5, 500 and off-center strike. $2, 200 inch, if yours is top grade and has the right features. Collectors might pay 6 or even 7 figures. Think you might have a valuable 1984 D quarter? Here's a quick action plan. Don't clean the coin and store it in a safe, dry place. Contact a professional numismatist or certified grading service. Check prices on auction sites like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, or Stax Bowers. If you're over 30, chances are you've got a few old coins lying around. Why not check? That one quarter could be your retirement plan. Moneybag, subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got more hidden treasure stories coming up. We're diving into the mystery of the 1987 D Mint Mark Washington quarter, and why one coin from this very year has made headlines for supposedly being worth a staggering $1.7 million. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and whether your change drawer might be hiding a jackpot. Let's start with the basics. The 1987 Washington quarter was minted in large numbers, over 655 million at the Denver Mint, which is marked with a D just below Washington's portrait. These quarters were made of a copper-nickel blend, not silver, so most are only worth face value. But as collectors know, it's the rare flaws, misprints, and unique conditions that can turn a 25-cent coin into a coin worth thousands, or even more. Close-up of 1987 D quarter, pointing to the D Mint mark. You've probably seen the headlines or TikTok videos. 1987 D quarter sells for $1.7 million. But is it true? Well, not exactly. As of today, no verified sale of a 1987 D quarter has reached anywhere close to that number in any reputable coin auction or sales database. So where did this $1.7 million number come from? Most of these reports come from viral content designed to grab your attention. They often mix up real coin facts with exaggeration. While a quarter from 1987 could sell for thousands if it's an error coin or in perfect condition, the $1.7 million number is extremely unlikely and probably a case of online myth-making. Now here's where things get interesting. While your standard 1987 D quarter is worth, well, about 25 cents, certain rare errors or high-grade examples can sell for a nice sum. Here's what to look for. 1. Mint errors, off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planchets can increase value. 2. Grading coins graded MS 67 or higher by PCGS or NGC can sell for $100 to $1,000 plus. 3. Proof-like finish. A few circulation coins show unusually sharp or reflective finishes. In fact, the most expensive legitimate 1987 D quarter ever sold was graded MS 67 plus and sold for just over $1,400 at auction. Inspect your coins for dates, mint marks, and unusual features. Check prices on sites like PCGS, NGC, and heritage auctions. Get coins graded by a reputable service if you think it's valuable. Sell through auctions, coin dealers, or online marketplaces like eBay, but do your research first, step-by-step animation or slideshow of these actions. So, is your 1987 D quarter worth $1.7 million? Probably not. But could it be worth $100, $500, even $1,000? Absolutely, if you've got the right one. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes it only takes one overlooked detail to strike gold. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and comment below. What's the oldest coin you own? I'd love to hear your stories. We're diving into the fascinating story of the 1990 D Washington quarter dollar and why collectors are going crazy over it. Could you be sitting on a hidden treasure? Let's find out. The Washington quarter has been in circulation since 1932, originally released to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the years, it's become a staple in American pockets and now collector books too. The 1990 D Washington quarter was minted in Denver, and by all accounts, it's just another coin, right? Well, not quite, because one version of this quarter has stunned experts and collectors alike. In 2023, a 1990 D Washington quarter reportedly sold for a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. But before you go flipping through your coin jar, let me be clear, not every 1990 D is worth that much. This particular coin was an extremely rare mint error, possibly struck on a proof planchet or with a unique die variety. Collectors value these coins for their flawless condition, rarity, and unusual minting anomalies, things like missing mint marks, double dies, or off-metal strikes. So how do you know if your 1990 D quarter is a rare one? Uncirculated condition, little to no wear, full strike details. Look at Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Sharp detail is key. Proof-like finish. A shiny, mirror-like surface could mean a special strike. Errors or anomalies, double die obverse, off-center strikes, or missing mint marks could be huge. If your coin matches any of these characteristics, don't spend it. It's time to get it professionally appraised. The coin that fetched $1.1 million was graded by PCGS as an MS 68 plus, nearly perfect. The reason for that insane price? Rarity, condition, and collector demand. Even standard 1990 D quarters in excellent condition can fetch $50 to $500. But if yours has a unique error or is graded highly, well, now you're talking serious money. Think you have a valuable 1990 D Washington quarter? Handle it carefully, use gloves, or hold it by the edges. Don't clean it. Cleaning lowers value. Get it graded. Use services like PCGS or NGC. Compare. Look at recent sales on heritage auctions, eBay, and great collections. Consult an expert. A coin dealer or appraiser can give you a reality check. Even if it's not a $1 million coin, it might still be worth hundreds or thousands. If you're 30, 50, or 70, this could be the perfect time to go treasure hunting in your own home. Your old change might just change your life. Backhand index pointing right like this video if you learned something new. Bell subscribe for more tips on valuable coins, antiques, and collectibles. Memo and drop a comment below. What's the most interesting coin you've ever found? Thanks for watching, and remember, not all treasure is buried. Sometimes it's hiding in plain sight. We're diving into an exciting topic that's got the coin world buzzing. A very specific Washington quarter dollar that could be worth up to $1.50 million. Sounds crazy? Well, stick around because I'm about to explain everything you need to know about this incredible coin and how you can make sure you're not missing out on hidden treasure sitting right in your collection. Let's get started. So, let's kick things off with the coin in question, the 1995 Washington quarter with a P mint mark. Now, when most people think of Washington quarters, they might imagine something that's been passed around in change or sitting in a drawer. But this particular coin is one of those rare gems that could actually be worth more than you'd ever imagine. The P stands for Philadelphia, where the coin was minted. You might be thinking, wait, there are millions of these 1995 Washington quarters. What makes this one so special? Well, let me explain. The 1995 P mint mark Washington quarter is what's called an error coin. Now, error coins are the ultimate holy grail for coin collectors and investors because they were produced in a way that wasn't intended. A small mistake during the minting process can make one coin worth a fortune while the rest of the batch remains regular, everyday change. The error with this particular coin? It's a double die, meaning that the design was struck twice on the coin, resulting in some noticeable details being doubled, especially on Washington's face and the lettering. This double die error isn't easy to spot for the average person, so you'll need to take a close look. If you have a 1995 Philadelphia mint quarter, pay special attention to the letters and details, especially around the word Liberty and the date. You should see some doubling in these areas if you've got a rare one. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value. You're probably wondering, how much could this coin actually be worth? Well, here's where it gets mind-blowing. A typical 1995 P Washington quarter is worth just a few dollars, maybe $5 to $10, if it's in good condition. But a 1995 P with a double die error? You could be looking at a coin worth anywhere from $1,000 to an astonishing $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.50 million for the right coin. It all depends on the condition of the coin and the severity of the error. Coins that are in mint condition with clear doubling in the right spots can fetch astronomical prices at auctions. In fact, one of these coins, in pristine condition, was sold for $1.5 million just a few years ago. So, if you've got one of these in your collection, or even in your pocket, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, how do you know if your 1995 P quarter is the real deal? First, take a good look at the coin. Like I mentioned earlier, the double die error is most visible around the letters and Washington's face. You'll notice that the design looks almost blurry or thicker in these areas. Next, don't just trust your own eyes. Get it verified by a professional. One of the best ways to authenticate and appraise your coin is by sending it to a reputable grading service, like the PCGS or NGC. These organizations specialize in grading coins, and they can give you an accurate, professional assessment of your coin's value. Now, let's talk about selling it. If you've got a 1995 P Washington quarter with a double die error, and it's been verified, you might be wondering, where can I sell it for top dollar? The best places to sell rare coins are online auction sites like eBay or specialized coin auction houses. Some of the most prestigious auctions can attract buyers from all over the world. But a quick word of advice, before you list it, make sure you've done your research. There's a lot of value in having a reputable seller help you auction off your coin, as they'll ensure you get the best price possible and protect you from scammers. For those of you watching who may not have this particular quarter, don't worry. Coin collecting is an exciting hobby that can be extremely rewarding, especially if you take the time to learn more about errors and rare finds. Even if your collection doesn't include this million-dollar gem, there are still plenty of other coins worth keeping an eye out for. Be sure to check your coins carefully for any signs of rarity. The more you learn about minting errors, rare years, and limited edition coins, the more you'll be able to spot potential treasures in your own collection or even in your change. So, There you have it, the 1995 P Washington quarter with a double die error could be worth up to $1.5 million. Check your change, check your collection, and get those rare coins professionally graded and verified. If you have one of these, you might just be holding on to a gold mine. If you learned something new today or you think you've got a rare coin on your hands, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more coin tips and collector advice. Share this video with your friends and family. You never know who might have a hidden treasure in their pocket. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy hunting, coin collectors!